Mr. Frost, I remember that you yourself said, courage is the human virtue that counts the most. Courage to act on limited knowledge. Isn't that your philosophy, Mr. Frost?
Especially the limited part of it. Everybody has said that courage is the greatest virtue, but the point of what I said was that we've got to go ahead on limited knowledge. A general has to go into battle on limited knowledge. Insufficient knowledge, insufficient. And someone has said a poet ought to learn all that all the other poets had ever said before he undertakes to say anything, so he'll avoid repetition, you know. But if he did that, he'd be 50 years old before he started. And all the poetry that was ever written was really started somewhere between 15 and 25, you know. You've got to start on insufficient knowledge. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Hello. Rate the flippers. Check it out, guys. I don't know what these are. Oh wait, these are koalas. The reason why I'm so quiet right now, it's currently like 1 a.m. in the morning, and if I shout like a madman, I think the PDS, I think the police department is going after me. Oh yeah, one more thing, guys. One more thing. Guess what?
Try!
A new haircut. Isn't that amazing? Last video, guys. Last video, I was talking about, oh, what's wrong with my hair? Oh, what's wrong with my hair? Oh, what's wrong with my hair? Well, guess what? I just got a cut. What do you guys think? Rate it. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it awesome? Yeah, I know you like it.
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
I'm totally not wearing this hoodie, ashamed by the fact that I'm still wearing the same clothes as yesterday's video. 100% not definitely nothing out of the ordinary, okay? I did not.
What?
Speak up. It's currently 1 a.m. in the morning and I'm losing my insanity. Today's video is special because it's about one of my favorite things, poetry. I'm no aficionado, but I do got poem books, poetry poem books. Gosh, I need sleep, man. This is the poem that I speak properly, Gabe. Speak properly. Poetry book is called Poem Sevens. It's by Alan Duncan. Because it's currently 1 a.m. in the morning, which means spooky, scary stories or poetry. Let me recite one for you guys, for y'all. This poem is called The Untitled Poem. I'm not kidding. It's literally called The Untitled Poem. I used to enjoy the nighttime and foraged in it for my goods, evils, money, laughs, girls and all. I was the noise insiders heard. What? I was the noise insiders heard at night. They keyed themselves into the wards, chambers, cylinders, and locks of Borgio sleep. I don't know if I pronounced that right. My apologies if I did. But now that I stay indoors too at night, I am afraid of... Oh my god. gosh, why do I keep mispronouncing? But now that I stay indoors too at night, I am afraid of off lights in the sky, of surface noise, and of my own eyes. Looking at me in the black window pane, oh, I look out for dangers other than myself, and rescue by and from the sounds and lights outside. I did not get that poem at all. I should reread this. For those who are watching this, they're probably personal friends of mine, or they've heard of my accomplishments throughout my school year. I was qualified as a state qualifier for poetry, and I got to do poem recitations out loud. Also, one of the things that I also want to express, besides my accomplishments as a state qualifier for poetry, I have one more thing. I was able to get my own Scholastic Arts and Writing Award. But I did this video to show my love for poetry, but also convince others that who haven't been into the poemness of poetry. You can literally write anything. You can write about a GoPro and how beautiful it is. You can write how crispy the sound of this mic is. Dumbbells, cute slippers, chess, a frigging basketball. I'm not kidding. And to understand the craftsmanship and love of poetry, I will commentate on how beautiful it is. So without further ado, let's rub those lotions and get rubbing.
Bruh.
You know, at first it was the stuttering and mispronunciations. That was so much better in my head. Now it just sounds absolutely terrible.
I'll still do it anyways.
Hey Vsauce, Michael here. How many bites does it take to finish a sandwich? So good. Today I will recite one of my favorite poems in poet history. Show my appreciation as to why that this is one of my favorites. Like to show you why poetry is healthy and helpful for your mental health, especially for inspiring others, influencing others, and creating a better life for yourself. Also, I just learned this interesting fact, very random, but Robert Frost was born around the time of Vincent van Gogh. So Robert was born in 1874. He would have been around 20 years old when Vincent van Gogh passed away. But you know what's even crazier is that Robert Frost died around the time the Beatles banded together. That is insane to know. It was hard to decide on which poem to recite to you guys. Poems like Desiderata, Max Ehrmann, that was a nice poem. Walt Whitman's Oh Captain, My Captain. I thought it would be appropriate for this one to be the poem to recite, which is Defeat by Khalil Gibran. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. A Lebanese American poet, and he did this poem called Defeat, and it's very motivational, and I thought you guys would love to listen to it. For those who have listened to it already or have read this poem, then good for you, but for those who haven't, I will recite it now.
Defeat, my defeat, my solitude and my aloofness. You are dearer to me than 1,000 triumphs, and sweeter to my heart than all world glory. Defeat, my defeat, my self-knowledge or my defiance. Through you I know that I am yet young and swift of foot, and not to be trapped by withering laurels. And in you I have found aloneness, and the joy of being shunned and scorned. Defeat, my defeat, my shining sword and shield, in your eyes I have read, that to be enthroned is to be enslaved, And to be understood is to be leveled down, and to be grasped is but to reach one's fullness. And like a ripe fruit to fall and be consumed. Defeat, my defeat, my bold companion. You shall hear my songs and my cries and my silences, and none but you shall speak to me of the beating of wings, and urging of seas, and of mountains that burn in the night, and you alone shall climb my steep and rocky slope. Defeat, my defeat, my deathless courage. You and I shall laugh together with the storm, and together we shall dig graves for all that die in us, and we shall stand in the sun with a will, and we shall be dangerous.
That was beautiful. Interpret it how you want to interpret the poem as, but this, for me, is a poem about resilience and how failure has to be taken differently instead of it being negative. When we think of failure, we think, oh, I'm so bad, oh, I can't do this, oh, I'm terrible at doing that. You should think the contrary. You should think of it in a different way. You shouldn't think of it as a bad thing. You should think of it as a good thing too, and I hope that you guys will be inspired by that poem and understand that you're not alone in this world. I want you guys to know that you matter, and failure is a good thing. It's part of the process. I don't win every chess match in the world. Someone's going to be better than me, and that's okay, because that's life, and it's the process that matters, and how you change your mindset matters, and your actions, and how much you truly want to achieve that thing. So, wow. I must say I'm blessed to be alive, and I'm blessed that you're alive to watch this. Carpe diem, everyone.